Hello everyone, here are the latest market news on April the 27th, 2021. Tesla reports record earnings but shares plummet. Electric car maker Tesla reported earnings for the first quarter of 2021, beating Wall Street analyst expectations of $438 million. Adjusted earnings were 93 cents per share, with Wall Street's consensus forecast of 79 cents per share. Revenue rose to $10.39 billion. The company delivered more than 500,000 vehicles in 2020 and 184,800 vehicles worldwide in the first quarter. Elon Musk's company left unchanged its multi-year forecast for a delivery growth of 50%. During the year, Tesla will expand in the USA, Asia, and Europe and continue building new auto plants in Austin, Texas, and Berlin. Tesla stock fell 3% in the post-market following the release of the reports. Investors were disappointed by the lack of clear targets for electric car deliveries for 2021. Analysts at BCS World Investments say that risk of further stock decline are not excluded. Apple to invest $500 billion in the U.S. economy. Apple said Monday it intends to contribute to the growth of the U.S. economy and plans to invest $430 billion in the United States over the next 5 years. The company estimates about 20,000 new jobs will be created by 2023. The tech giant is investing tens of billions of dollars in silicon engineering, 5G technologies, and artificial intelligence, considered critical to its new and future devices, also in data centers and in building electric cars. The investment and the number of jobs created are higher than Apple promised in 2018, when the company said it would spend $350 billion over 5 years. The announcement follows a record first quarter fiscal year that saw sales revenue of $111.4 billion. Apple is preparing to announce its second quarter results on Wednesday, April the 28th. Its shares barely reacted to the news. Stock markets worry of Fed and corporate reports. Asian stocks were a little changed Tuesday as caution ahead of a U.S. Federal Reserve meeting and corporate profits offset optimism about a global recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic. The broadest index of MSCI stocks in the Asia-Pacific region outside Japan rose 0.01%. Stocks in China fell 0.08% and stocks in Tokyo fell 0.23%. Analysts said some investors may be taking profits on equities, but sentiment remains positive with coronavirus vaccination rates rising in many countries. Eurostoxx 50 futures are also down 0.05%, and German DAX and FTSE futures are also down slightly, indicating a soft start to the European session. However, despite the encouraging signs, the bullish session on Wall Street failed to inspire the global markets. The S&P 500 and Nasdaq closed at record highs on Monday, fueled by strong growth stocks ahead of this week's deluge of profit reports. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was down 0.18%. China's industrial profits surge on rising demand. Chinese industrial profits nearly doubled in March from a year earlier as demand for raw materials rose along with an economic recovery, official data showed Tuesday. Profits in March rose to 711.18 billion yuan, $109.66 billion, up 92.3% from a year ago when the economy was hit hard by the COVID-19 crisis. Data from the National Bureau of Statistics showed. The rate of growth slowed compared to the first 2 months of the year. Profits for January-February were up 179% over the same period in 2020. This year also saw more production than usual during the Lunar New Year vacation period. High profits in the upstream and downstream industries, particularly in chemicals, metals, and oil, contributed to overall industrial revenues in March as demand rose, the NBS said.